I'm embarrassed. 5 weeks ago, I posted a video titled How to Post Consistently. And in that video, I said I was intending to post at least every 2 weeks. That video was 5 weeks ago. And shout out to my brother Dom, holding me accountable, literally the only one messaging me being like, dude, snap out of it, just post it. Anyways, at first I was feeling lame, embarrassed, ashamed, not knowing how to like come back. And as I was reflecting, I learned a lot, and I'm able to put it in this video for you guys to learn, because I'm sure many other creatives are struggling with very similar things out there. But it's all part of the creative process. You know, we're emotional, we're passionate, sometimes too passionate. Think too much, we overthink things, we go back on things because we want things to be a certain way. But I think what we really want is we want ourselves to be expressed clearly to everyone, and to be able to connect with people in the deepest way that we can, and to ultimately fulfill our purpose. It's all part of the evolution of a creator. You know, you learn things, you hit walls, go through blocks, and overcome those obstacles and turn them into lessons, turn them into art. You paint about them, you make songs about them, and here I am just making a video about it, and I learned a lot about it. So I think the mistake I made is I niched way down way too early. My goal was that I would help creatives to discover and share their voice boldly. And it was during a time when I was discovering my own voice, so it meant a lot to me at that time. But then when I was going through life challenges, work stress, just super overwhelmed, I felt like my content, my niche really boxed me out. And that's the whole point of a niche, is that you box yourself into something specific, and you go deep into that specific area. But the problem as a beginner creator is you're still exploring your curiosities. You're still trying to figure out what works, what means a lot to you, and also what means a lot to your audience. And so when you niche down too early, what happens is you can box yourself out. So I was experiencing these life situations, these life experiences, and I didn't know how to communicate it. I felt like, well, this has nothing to do with helping people find their voice. You know, I didn't know how to really communicate that, and I wasn't able to be flexible in a way, because my mission statement, my bio is way too specific. So something that Dan Koe said is that niches are anti-human, and I love that, because we evolve all the time. We go through so many things. We go up and down and all around, exploring different things. And so niches are just not really human like. And what happens is you see people getting stuck in a niche, and then having this grand announcement that they're changing, and they're almost defying the norm, because they're able to go outside of the box, and they almost have to apologize to their audience, because they've been giving their audience something so specific that now when they switch topics, their audience will get angry. And that's the problem with niches, is that they're almost connecting more to your value than you as a person. And that's why Dan Koe's philosophy of you are the niche is something that I resonate with strongly. People, with AI booming right now, people want to connect to real humans. They want to connect to stories, personalities, and interests. And the value is the cake, but all those other things are the icing, you know, all that stuff that makes it appealing. Like, people will come for the value, but I believe they'll stick around because of the interests. They'll stick around because they're like, man, this is someone I like actually want to keep in touch with. Like, I can hang out with this person in my actual life. So be you. Let go of all that pressure. If you're beginning, if you're starting off, you know, like just be you. You are the niche. Let people connect with you, so that way you can stay flexible, you can stay general, and you can explore those topics, and rather than sticking to a niche, you're trying to find your people. So 25% of your content is like your story, your interests. For me, music, art, just random things. Style, whatever. I'm still trying to figure out myself. What are my interests? No, your stories, what you go through in life. Me documenting that I'm in Kathmandu. That's part of my story. That's part of my life. What I go through at work, or in my career, in the ministry. And then 75% can be your value, things that are really building your portfolio, your knowledge base that people find beneficial for their life. That's what I'm going to be doing. Just being human. That's really what it comes down to. If you could relate to this, here's what I did to overcome this. So number one, who do you love talking to? I just thought about, who do I love talking to? Like, what kind of person do I enjoy talking to? And for me, it came down to Christian creatives. I love talking to Christian creatives. And I was challenged because I'm like, man, I have so many roles in my life. I'm a husband, I'm a leader, church leader at that. I'm a creative, I'm an artist, photographer. It's like, obviously, I don't want to be talking about all this stuff that I don't connect with anybody, but who do I enjoy talking to the most out of all those people, out of all those roles? It would be Christian creatives, because Christians are purposeful and creatives are passionate, they're expressive. I can talk to them about that little horn that you hear in a song, and they appreciate that same thing, the cowbell, whatever it is. And I know their struggles. I know what they go through. I know the pains they go through. I can connect with them so much more deeper than I can even a leader, even though that's my biggest role. There's just something special about creatives, because I'm such a creative at heart. So Christian creatives are the people I love talking to. I love talking to those creatives, talking about ideas and roadblocks and art. And so I decided Christian creative, I can use my biblical principles, practicals, prayer, fasting, all these things that I do to overcome my creative blocks, which I did. I was praying, I was journaling, I was looking up scriptures to help me to get a sense of direction for this. And then number two, what do you enjoy talking about? Choose 3 major pillar topics that you love talking about. You can talk about it all the time, or you usually do talk about it all the time. So for me, it was faith, productivity, and creativity. I love talking about faith, spiritual things, practices, prayer, Bible studies, history of the Bible, things like that. Productivity, I love talking about routines, time management, apps, all those things, journaling. And creativity, I love talking about exploring ideas, getting new ideas, getting in nature to get connected to deeper ideas, things like that. And why is this important? Number 3, why is this important? That's your why. That's your mission. For me, I believe every Christian creative has a calling from God, and unique talents and abilities and gifts that God has given them to use to impact the world in a positive way, to also build up the kingdom. So that's my why. I believe all this stuff is important because God has given us gifts and skills to really bring him glory and make a positive change in the world. So that's why it's important to me. So those 3 things really allow me to just, like, hey, rather than guaranteeing people a certain result from my content, let me just express who I want to connect with and how I want to connect with them, and just let it be flexible. Let me explore my curiosities and things that interest me. So you're the niche. Just be you. Don't niche down too early. These experts that are giving great advice are people who probably started general. They were exploring, they were figuring it out. And once they talked about 20 different topics, one of them kind of came to the top. And that's what allowed them to niche down. But when you're beginning, you don't want to focus on one area that you may be missing out on another area that may be more resonant to you and your audience. And number 2, just document your life. You're human. Document your struggles, your ups and downs, your interests, things that you love, so that people can connect with you, because they'll come for the value, but they'll stick around because of you. So I didn't want to just solve people's problems so specifically, because it's like when you solve their problem, then they don't go back to your content. And I didn't want that. I've experienced that with other people. Like there's this guy that I was following, Mark Waters, who inspired me immensely to start my YouTube channel. But once I got my clarity and my YouTube like direction, I stopped watching his videos because I didn't need it. So I don't want that. I want to be able to impact people, but I also want them to stick around. And then number three, just connect with intention. You don't have to be so specific that it boxes you out of your own content, but just be purposeful, be intentional, be mission focused, and your people will come to you naturally. So that's the lesson. This is just a very broad, rough video, and that's part of this whole journey. You know, I'm not in my usual spot. My camera's shaking. I don't even know if this is going to be good quality. I'm all over the place. I'm saying a bunch of ums, but hey, it's raw. It's me. It's unfiltered, and I think that's what people want to see nowadays in a world of AI. So I hope that helps you guys. I think that's all I got for you, and I'm gonna post this and see if it resonates with anyone. But man, what a beautiful place, huh? So grateful. God has blessed me abundantly, and I'm very honored to be here. I don't think I realized how badly I needed this. It's been a very stressful past few weeks. Lots to do at work, lots to do in the church and ministry, and it's just been very nice to be able to get away and breathe and pray and focus on clearing my head so I can go back recharged and full of faith. So, well, that's all I have for you, and let's keep rocking and rolling. Whatever, I'm done. I've extended my stay here. All right, bye guys.